Most of us blow it. Most of us just kind of just linger there and we just wait. We just linger there like a NPC, like, alrighty. I want you to imagine this. One of your buddies hits you up and he's like, yo, Jared, Muhammad, Ali, Alex, Jonah, whatever your name may be. He's like, yo, I'm gonna invite you to this party tonight. And it's gonna be super lit and I want you to come and we're gonna have a really good time. And you are excited. You're like, holy cow, holy wowage. It's been so long since I've been to a party. I've spent the past couple months just cramming for my college exams. This is what I need. This is awesome. And you're really pumped for it. But as time passes by, as you begin to ponder on this idea, as you begin to think about this party and this social event, your excitement soon turns into anxiety. You start to feel totally different about the whole thing. You're no longer thrilled and happy about it. You're stressed. And you're thinking about, oh God, what if I go to this party and I get too drunk? What if I go there and no one likes me? I'm just spending all my time alone. What if there's girls there? Oh God, what am I gonna say to them? What are they gonna think of me? What if they don't like me? What if nobody likes me? What if I'm just alone the entire time? Oh, you and I have both been there, okay? And it's not a good feeling. It sucks. It's just a waste of energy. It doesn't help us in any way, shape, or form. So today, I want to help you destroy that. So you no longer get those thoughts of like, oh no, are they gonna like me? They will like you. I'm gonna help you make your first impressions a lot better. So this is something that is a lot easier for you to handle. You don't have to worry about it. Because really that's what we suck at. We don't suck at talking. We don't suck at starting conversation. I mean, think about how long you can just rant with your buddies on Skype. What we suck at is the initial push, breaking through the ice, pushing through that, like, you know, that pain period of an interaction with a new person. We really suck at that generally, especially our generation. So I'm going to tell you about the 3 most common mistakes we make that destroy your first impressions, that just make you seem very weird, that give off a vibe to the other person that is just like, blah, and makes the other person never want to talk to you ever again. We're going to learn those mistakes so you can avoid that, so you can have the best interactions possible. All right, so the first thing that we're going to dive into, the first mistake people make is starting with their mindset. They start off with a very negative mindset, a mindset that's based in them being some sort of imposter, them being some sort of negative force in the environment, that their presence is just burdening other people and making other people feel poopy. That's where most people's mindsets are at. I hope I'm not disturbing them. I don't want to be a trouble to them. Oh no, I'm in your way. Oh, I'm blocking you from doing, continuing the rest of your day. Oh, I'm blocking. That's the vibe where a lot of us are at. It's like, why don't you go talk to that random girl right there who's walking right towards you, who's like you find attractive. You find her attractive? Yeah, okay, she's walking towards you. Why don't you stop her and talk to her? It's like, oh no, I don't want to disturb her. It's just weird. It's not normal. It always starts at the mindset. It always starts with this evasive mindset and this idea that if I were to break the ice, it's a bad thing. If I were to be proactive and engage that person, I'm doing something wrong. That's where it always starts off at. That's where it always starts off at. And the thing is with mindsets, why they're so important is what you think it embodies into your actions. So if I'm thinking, that I can't do something, I'm not going to put as much oomph into it. I'm not going to have as much power that I could have if I were thinking about it very positively in a very powerful way that like, I got this, I'm owning this, it's going to happen. And your actions are going to embody those thoughts. It's kind of like the law of attraction type of stuff. So the first thing is mindset. And you're like, okay, yes, I do have a negative loop, a negative thinking loop about this topic. What am I supposed to do about it? Well, hang on there. We're going to talk about that in more detail later on and what you can actually do about it if that's something you want to change. Okay, moving on to the second point. The second point is tonality, your vocal projection and tonality. And a lot of people mess this up. They don't understand how to use their voice. A lot of times people think they're being ignored, but the reality is that you aren't even being heard. I want you to imagine this. Has there ever been a time where you wanted to say something to someone, maybe they were a complete stranger, Maybe you were trying to get the attention of your teacher or of your brother or your family, whoever it may be. And you say something and it goes completely unheard, as if everyone's ignoring you. You say it again, and then you say it again, and you say it, and then finally the third or fourth time they're like, oh, huh, what's up? They finally understand what you're saying. And they're like, oh, okay. And it only took you 5 times repeating yourself to get your point across. Why is that? Are they intentionally ignoring you? 99% of the time, no, they're not intentionally ignoring you. You just aren't loud enough. Especially in an environment where other people are talking, there's music going on, people are drinking alcohol, their inhibitions are not only stuffed, it's just so much is happening. Their inhibitions are lowered, so they can't even absorb as much stimuli as they would when they're sober. So you have to pierce through all that. You have to push through all that shit. You need to get their attention. So that's where your vocal tonality and your loudness comes in. So this is a super easy solution to get louder. It's so easy. All you have to do is just take a very deep breath. I want you to start humming from the base, from your belly. Squeeze your belly with your hand, hum. You can feel your abdominal muscles squeezing, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna squeeze your voice box. So pretend this is a hose, like a hose that you spray with water. They're open-ended and you hold down the end of the water hose to control the direction of the water. It's the same thing up here, so contract. So right now I'm not contracting. Now I'm contracting, I'm squeezing the voice box. So when you squeeze the voice box, it forces the voice to get narrow and point in a direction, which makes it louder and travel further. And that being said, there's not as much dynamics, it's not as soothing, but it's much louder. I can be significantly louder. My voice can go like, hey, hey, oh! That's using the base of the I guess you could say the foundation of my voice, which is my diaphragm. I'm squeezing my abdominal muscles and then I'm contracting my voice box. So that together makes my voice much louder. I can be like, yo guys, hey! My voice travels everywhere and it demands attention. It's really that simple. So be louder, tonality wise. Try your best to speak in a neutral tonality and a normal tonality. Avoid being overly flamboyant or smiling too excessively or rising your voice up. Oh my God, wow, that's really interesting. That sounds a little too fake, but up talking is very subtle. And it's so apparent when someone is up talking because their tonality rings up. Throughout this entire video, I've been neutral or down, but their tonality rings up. So it's like, oh wow, that's crazy, really?
I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
If you're saying that for things that are, for every single statement or every single thing someone is saying, for no good reason. There isn't any good reason to be excited to the fact that their name is Marzia or whatever the hell, just some bimbo random person you're just getting excited for no goddamn reason. It's usually a sign of insecurity, perhaps a lack of esteem, and it makes the other person feel like, whoa, this person's emitting a lot of needy energy, like you're needing something from them, you need them to like you. That's what the up-talk tonality does. It makes the person feel like you're just overly excited because you feel perhaps awkward, you aren't able to ground yourself and feel comfortable in this new energy or this environment, or you aren't able to ground yourself in the discomfort of the environment. So it rubs off the wrong signals, okay? So try your best to talk with a normal tonality. It just comes down to awareness, grow the awareness to realize it and make it a habit, okay? And we'll get more on that later, how to actually start, okay, what are the steps to start changing it? All right, the third point, so we went through the first one. What was that? The first one was about your mindset. The most common mistake starts mentally. Those are the seed of our actions. The second one is our loudness and tonality. The third one, and this is a little counterintuitive, but it's actually very true, and I have a good example for you. The third one is your last impression, okay? Your last impression. Now, yes, you might be like, dude, most of us don't even get there. Well, in certain situations, yes, you do, and most people always fuck up their last impressions, okay? And what do I mean by that? The last things you say in an interaction, that plays huge in your first impression, because it's part of your first interaction. It's just the end bit of it. And the thing is this, the last things that you say, what you leave the other person with, how they feel at the end, is a huge factor of how they'll remember you. Think about Game of Thrones, okay? How many fans are so pissed at Game of Thrones and are disgusted with how season 8 turned out? I'm disgusted with it. And season 8 is so bad. It's so bad that it's made us forget about the other 7 seasons, and to the point where it's like Game of Thrones is a complete disaster. They ruined the whole franchise. They ruined how is it that one season ruined 7 others? Think about that. That's why your last impressions are super critical. They're critical because it's the finale, it's the conclusion. It's the last thing that the person's going to remember of you. So making the last impression and leaving it on a very positive note is critical, okay? And what does that look like? Say you're chatting, you know, and be like, yo, what's up, Gads? Yo, I love your sweater, man. What up? Who are you here with? You're just hanging out. That's sick. Yeah, I came with my buddy. Party's super lit. Hey, you like rap? We talk about rap. We do this, we do that. It's like, yo, actually, I'm going to go find my buddy, man. It was really good talking to you. I had a great time talking with you. I can't believe that we're both like half Indonesian. That's epic. You got Instagram? You got something we can connect up with? That's sick, dude. All right, peace out, bro. I'll talk to you later. So that right there, it's ending the interaction on a very positive note. A lot of us, we just wait. We just linger until the interaction deletes itself. Until like, oh, I'm gonna create an excuse to get out of this now. Oh, you know, you just don't take the initiative to end it, and that's very important because the other person is waiting as well. If you feel like the interaction has come to an end, so do they. And if you can take the initiative to do both of you a service to end it in a very like proper way, they're gonna really appreciate that because that one, it means you're socially savvy. You can spot nuances. But secondly, you're doing it in a super positive way that they want to talk to you again later on. So I'm saying it was great talking to you. You know, I'm happy we got to meet. I'm saying something positive about the interaction. And I'm letting him know that this time that we spent together was really awesome. I enjoyed it. I'd love to do it again sometime. And that's just such a human thing to do. It's just like, it's just a human to human thing. Like, yo, this is fun. I'm not here hanging out with you just so I can get clout. I'm not here hanging out with you so I can, you know, talk about how I know someone with swag sandals. I'm just here for you. I'm here to have a good time together and for us to just chill, you know, and it makes the other person feel like, wow, like this is a human. This is someone who's down to earth. And it's super important how you make them feel at the end, right? As I've gone over it with the Game of Thrones analogy, the same thing with your human interactions. Most of us blow it. Most of us just kind of just linger there and we just wait. We just linger there like a NPC, like, right? So take initiative when the time has come. When you feel it in your gut, like you want to move on from this, just take initiative. There's nothing wrong with that. And that is basically that. Those are the 3 points, guys. Your mindset, your tonality, and your last impression. Now you might be wondering, how do you even go about changing yourself? How do you even go about embarking on the journey to become better in your social interactions and make better impressions? You're like, dude, I don't even know how to fix these mindsets. They're stuck in my brain. They're stuck in my head. I can't get them out. Ah! You know, you are suffering just how I was suffering. And it sucks. And I still deal with it sometimes. It lurks on you. It's like, it's deep within us. So you have to be very proactive with it. And what I've done is I have created a free video series for you to really sharpen all these parts of your life, to work on your insecurities and your social anxieties, to improve your discipline and your willpower and your self-control, to finally say goodbye to porn and masturbation and this chronic addiction that we all dealt with. I've created a video series to help you tackle all these things and give you a more long-term solution, really. So if this is something you need help with, please do not wait, because I can't do this for you. No one can do it for you. Only you can. Only you can be proactive. You're responsible for bringing results into your life. No one else is. So take this opportunity. I've put a link down in the description to sign up for the free video series. You can get instant access to the first video, literally just by clicking the link below. And that is everything. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.
Pull up in a waist, breaking chains, we insane, yo. I just lost my name from the pain in my brain, yo. I can't feel my bass, I can't feel my face. Changing up my ways, now it's time to switch a lane, yo. Long nose like Pinocchio, telling lies, dirty odds for show. Spending nights gripping grain tape, foe. it, you won't understand what it took